Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. So where we left off in our last video, we ran a couple of races and we're moving up through the strength of the teams. We're now up to our first offer from a 5-star team, which is pretty exciting. And quite frankly, it is my favorite of the 5-star teams because it is Nemco, or the Nemechek family team, and it is a team I would love to drive for simply because they're basically an underdog. They're not Kyle Busch, they're not Thor Sport, they're not one of those the big guys in the truck series. It's the Nemechek family, and I would love nothing more than to be able to drive for them in our first full season. But in order to do that, we have to get a top 7 finish at Pocono. And you can see that our payout for doing so would be $40,000. Now that seems excessive to me. I wasn't aware that we could get that kind of payout in the truck series for finishing in the top 7, but hey, we're going to go with it. And I'm pretty excited about this one. So let's go ahead and head to Pocono. All right, here we go, folks. And as you can see on the screen, there is nobody ahead of me. We are starting on the pole, which took me by surprise, quite frankly. We were over 9/10 of a second. I have no idea how fast I can go into this first corner on the first lap. But we were over 9/10 of a second, nearly a full second faster than the second place truck. And I see we're already pulling out to a lead. Maybe they're going to catch up to me. I guess we'll see, because my qualifying lap, I mean, it was okay, but by no means have I gotten all the speed out of this truck that there is to be had, for sure. I mean, there's still more speed to be found. And I was almost a full second faster than them. And remember, we're playing on the hardest difficulty we can get, so I'm disappointed. I'm surprised and very disappointed at this point that we're this much faster. I mean, we're a 5-star team, so I can even get behind the idea that we could start on the pole. You know, okay, I can work with that. But this much faster than the field is not an idea I can get behind. And if you look in our rear view mirror, you can see that we don't see anybody. Woo, turn, baby, turn. So, yeah, this is not what I had in mind when we were coming to Pocono. This is an interesting track, and if you follow racing in real life in NASCAR, then you know that they always talk about how hard Pocono is to do a setup for, simply because when you're at Pocono, there are 3 different types of corners. Woo, we are really loose there. And that's the problem that I got into with the setup. I didn't run a huge number of laps, basically just enough laps to where I felt I had something that I wanted to race with, and then we're going from there. But anything I did to get speed in the truck got me loose in turn 1 and generally tight in the other 2 corners. Now you can run turns 2 and 3 extremely hard. Let's see if we can run the high side, actually. Yep, you can run up here too. But yeah, anything I tried to do to get me more rotation through turns 2 and 3 just got me more and more loose in turn 1 down here. So I have to be careful what I do in turn 1 and just sort of tippy-toe through here and barely touch the throttle. And be careful not to oversteer, which is really the biggest problem I'm having right here, because the car handles, or the truck handles, you know, quite nicely, aside from being very loose, as long as I don't overdrive it. Now, if I overdrive it and try to be too aggressive with it, then yeah, I can get it too loose or too tight. But overall, it feels pretty good. You don't want to get down on that apron, that rumble strip down there. I'm not sure what would happen, but probably nothing good, that's for sure. All right, just out of curiosity. Oh, the race is over. Holy cow. I didn't realize the race was over. That was not many laps. I was just about to pull up and see how far ahead we were. because I could see nobody in our rearview mirror. So I must say, folks, I am disappointed by that race. I thought it was going to be more of a challenge, and wow, I'm almost sad that I even recorded that. All right, so let's go ahead and move through there. The good part about that is that we did get the top 7 finish that we needed, so that we should get a full-time offer from Nemco or Joe Nemechek and his family team, which that part I am very excited about. Now, I don't want to drive the 8 car because that number is already taken for them, but yeah, this was, let me wait till it gets back around to the top because I want to see just how far ahead we were. Oh my goodness, we were over 9 seconds ahead. Okay, yeah, let's just move on from that. That is not good. So that is our second win, the first one being at Gateway, and now we pick up our second win, and we are now 24th in the points, and we've not even run nearly close to all the races. All right, so let's go ahead and continue out of that. There is our wonderful trophy. And what I might add, I like the look of this car, the 8 truck. I'm going to continue to say car, I know it. I like the look of that, and so I'm really hoping we get an offer for a full-time ride for next season with them, because I'm going to try to make our custom truck look very much like the Nemco trucks. I'm looking forward to that. All right, 53,399. Okay, wow, that may have actually been the quickest lap I turned for the weekend. All right, nice job on that top 7 finish today. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. I wish the comments were a little bit more in depth than that. I mean, yeah, we got a top 7 finish, but we also won and dominated. So it'd be nice if it was a little bit more fluid than that, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. Now we get a message from Ben Rhodes. Been following your progress this season, and I'm excited to see which team you choose. All right. So he already knows the decision that we're going to have to make coming up in a few short weeks. All right, because here we are at week 25, and we are going to Michigan. Let's see if we get an offer to drive at Michigan. Now, in real life, you'd have to think there would be an offer. Here we go. Offer received. Let's see what we get. From, okay, BKR, Brad Keselowski Racing. We could use your help driving the 29 truck at Michigan this Friday. Get a top 8 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. All right, and a cool 42 grand for a top 8 finish. All right, we will take that, and let's head to the racetrack. We are green from Michigan, and we are starting on the front row this time in second. We were something like a half a tenth off of the lead, so it wasn't much at all. Let's see, we are running, let's see, 7. Oh, hello, we're 3 wide already, and I wasn't paying attention. All right, you can see they're definitely getting up speed in 4th gear quicker than I am, no doubt about that. All right, let's see what happens when we get to the corner down here at full speed. I'm going to go high because I'm going to give them room. All right, so we're pulling up on these guys, and let's see what happens on the straightaway. All right, so they're sticking to the bottom on the straights, and thank you very much. We are blowing right by you. This is interesting. I'm going to hang around the high side up here. I enjoy running the high line. It is definitely not the fastest way around here, simply because you are easily wide open the entire way around the track, easily. So we'll stick toward the bottom of the track. And there they go, off in the distance. Looks like it's going to be another one of those races. All right, so now, before we run out of time, 5 laps to go. Let's see how much faster than we are than them, roughly. All right, so we were about a second in front of second position at the start of that lap, roughly. So let's see what that ends up being by the time we get back around. And keep in mind, I'm running up higher on the straightaways when I really don't need to. I could run the bottom. Wow, 2.2 seconds ahead now. That means we were about 1.2 seconds per lap faster than them. That's not good. And this track is extremely easy to drive flat out. I mean, I basically ran, I think I ran 2 laps in practice. I threw some stuff at it for a setup that I had been working on for some other tracks, and I figured, okay, that'll be a good place to start. Ran 2 laps out there, saw how easy it was to run wide open, and said, nope, that's enough, and qualified second, and now we are crushing them in the race. Trying to focus on the positive here. So let's think about this. What is the positive we can gain from this? I mean, if you like dominating the field and that kind of stuff, then yes, that is a positive here. I do not. I find this completely boring. But there's got to be some more positives. Let's think about some more positives. Truck is easy to drive. That's a positive. Unless you like a challenge, then not so much a positive. I guess you could say the challenge for this type of a race is to see how many seconds you can win by. Maybe that's what it is. But in all seriousness, folks, I'm beginning to wonder if the developers even tested any of this stuff. I mean, this is just, I don't understand how this gets released like this. All right, last lap, thank goodness. I just don't understand. I don't like to be negative here on the channel. I like to focus on the positives of not only this game, but in every game that I play on the channel. Because in general, every game is going to have positives. Every game's going to have negatives, things that get on my nerves and things that I love. And the AI in this game are simply one of those things that get on my nerves quite a bit. And this is the biggest thing. Because this takes no effort at all. And we're not only going to come out of here with a 105 speed rating, but we have beat the field by, in 7 laps, I mean, we're beating the field by essentially over a second a lap, which to me is not even unacceptable. That's laughable. So, yeah, I can't really glean a whole lot of positive from that, other than the fact that the truck was extremely easy to drive. Another one of those times you feel like you're on the interstate. All right, so we're just going to move on through that stuff. That is now our 3rd win of the season. And again, we're 20th in points, and we've not even come close to running all the races. All right, we'll pick up our trophy for first place, which seems to be the same trophy for all of the races. I was hoping they would match the track-specific trophies that are handed out. All right, 39.6. I have no idea if that's a good lap or not. And quite frankly, it didn't really matter. We could have been running 40.6s, and that would have been just fine. All right, so nice job with that top 8 finish today. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. All right, so that's now our 2nd 5-star truck team that we will hopefully be getting a full-time ride offer from next season. All right, let's let the game continue. And let's see what's up next. All right, so up next is Bristol. Let's see if we get an offer for Bristol. No offer. We will not be going to Bristol. We do not want to see who wins, because if we're not in the race, then it doesn't matter. All right, so now the Chevy Silverado 250. I have no idea where this is actually from. I don't think it shows me anywhere on the screen, but we're now in week 28. So we're getting down to the end, and we have no offer once again. All right, so week 28, we get nothing. Let's move on. It looks like Austin Wade Self. He's now won the last 2 races, so he's on quite a roll. All right, here we go. This is week 30. We got to be getting toward the end of the season. All right, and we do receive an offer here. Let's see, we got Kyle Busch Motorsports, KBM. We could use your help driving the number 4 truck at Chicagoland this Friday. Get a top 7 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. Okay, so I think we figured out what's going on, at least for the trucks. The hot offers are, top 25, maybe even 22, somewhere along those lines for a 3-star team, and then a 4-star team. I forget exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of a top 15. And then if you want a 5-star ride, then it's a top 7 or 8 finish. So I wonder if that's going to hold true for the next level and the Xfinity Series, and then also for the Cup Series as well. But we'll have to wait until next time to run this race, as we are out of time. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more career mode playthrough here in NASCAR Heat 2.